Hey guys, welcome back to I'm Just a Fan. It's your host Ben, and we're going to be breaking down the 1-0 win for Crystal Palace to get their first major trophy in the FA Cup against Manchester City. What a win for the Eagles. Definitely not what I was expecting. At the same time, I couldn't say that I didn't see it. It's not been the greatest year for Manchester City, and Palace took advantage of that. So this is the first year that Man City has actually not won a single trophy. Yes, they technically won the Community Shield, but come on, it's the Community Shield. Am I getting that worked up about it? No. So they didn't win any major trophies this year, which is interesting. City's not going to even be in the Champions League this year. They didn't even finish in the top 5 of the Premier League. So just not a great year for City. And we'll probably break down City in another video. But at the same time, we have to give praise to the Eagles. Again, just what a win for this team. I know it wasn't the prettiest at times. They were sitting back a lot, but that's what you got to do when you take an early lead in the 16th minute. You have to take advantage of that, and you got to play that type of football, and that's what they did. And I just want to give the entire club credit for just really sticking through it, digging through, finding that will within each player, each person on the staff to really get them to this win, because it was very, very respectable. It was not like it was a dirty win. They really just, again, they dug deep, made some crucial plays down the stretch, and eventually outlasted City through those 90 minutes. Also want to give a ton of credit to the Crystal Palace fans. Not many other fan bases deserve something like this. Again, this is not meant to be in a disrespectful way, but a mid-table club, they're not really seen as being in this type of position, but they struck hot while the iron was hot, and they ended up really just kind of going on this run in the tournament. And once I saw that they had to go against City, I was a little concerned, because again, City has been in this competition how many times at this point? I mean, they've been in this situation all the time. They have a ton of pedigree. They've been in the big games. They're not going to get worried, but at the same time, that just didn't happen. And I thought Palace really looked up for it, like I said. And again, their fans brought it the entire game. The entire game, that side of Wembley was just way louder than City. And it makes sense. The Palace fans are just hungrier. They haven't had this moment. They haven't been in these situations. Yes, they've been there against Manchester United, but that doesn't happen all the time. So, again, I just want to give a ton of credit to those fans, seeing the elation after the whistle was blowing, seeing the people crying, seeing the limbs after the Eze goal. It was just fantastic stuff. I love the tifo. My team, Arsenal, could take some notes from that. It was just a great fan base, and just showcasing of what the Crystal Palace club brings and what they offer overall. And I just thought it was a great spectacle on TV. So I wanted to give a ton of credit to Crystal Palace fans, because you guys deserve it. And I hope you guys are still living it up. So now to actually get into the game overall, I thought was interesting. I thought it was a solid game. Obviously, not the most at times explosive. Again, this was not a high-scoring game. It was a 1-0 game, but this is also a final. This is kind of expected. It's going to be a little bit more low-scoring. People aren't going to be taking as many chances if they do take a lead. So there's a lot that you have to consider when you're at this point of whatever tournament you're in. But the game really, in my opinion, started with the goal. Eze had that goal in the 16th minute. Fantastic link-up play from Palace. Great passing down the stretch, and they just, again, they hit him with the long pass. There was one other pass, and then they got Eze in the box. Fantastic strike. I didn't realize how good of a strike it was until I saw the replay. He almost hits it to the opposite direction of the keeper for City. Fantastic stuff. And I just love what Eze is doing. Again, I liked watching him with Elise as well, but obviously Elise isn't there anymore. He left for Bayern, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Eze moving forward. Is this a guy that's going to want to stay at Palace? Is this a guy that's going to sign with a bigger club, or is he, going to just kind of do his own thing? Like, we don't really know. I haven't looked into it too much, to be honest. I mean, there's been some interest from bigger clubs with him, and rightfully so. I think the kid is a baller. He's a playmaker. He can score. Like, he's just kind of everything you want. So I think, in my opinion, I don't know if he could be an all-time starter all the time, but I think even if he went to a really big club, I think he could be a solid rotation player, even a potential starter. And I just think he could be one of those guys that really helps solidify a Champions League contending or league title contending team for depth on their attack. And I think he'd be perfect. I mean, even bringing that guy in, let's say, again, he's maybe not a starter, but maybe he's a super sub. You bring him in the 55th, 60th minute, he's going to be bringing flair. He's going to be bringing energy. He's going to be bringing pace. He's just going to be bringing a lot to a team when they're going to be subbing him on, or if he's starting, he's a threat. So I really am just impressed with what he's doing. And again, not that he doesn't owe the club more, but he won them a title. He did actually win them a trophy. So they got it. And I have to commend him again. So I'm just excited to see where this kid's career continues to go. He's a fantastic player. And again, he showed out in the biggest moment of the game. And of course, it just felt fitting for him, out of all people, to score for Palace that day. So the other person we got to talk about for Palace was Henderson. Oh my God, this guy was fantastic all Saturday. Was just making fantastic saves all game long. He was just keeping Palace in it. And I have to give credit to City. They created a lot of chances. It's not like City were just not able to score at all. They had chances. And one thing we have to address first, yes, he did hit the ball out of the box with his hand. I don't know how that was missed by VAR, but it was. So I'm not going to make the biggest deal about it just because VAR didn't call it. I mean, I don't know what you want me to do as a neutral, just as someone that's, analyzing the game. Yes, was it a mistake that they missed that call? 100%. But at the same time, I can't do anything about it. So yes, he should have been penalized for that. But other than that, I thought Henderson had a fantastic game. Even I thought one of the most pivotal moments for him early was that penalty. That penalty that was given up by Palace. Palace with a stupid challenge on Bernardo Silva, and it ended up being a penalty given to City. Originally, you see Haaland walking up to take the penalty, who has struggled a little bit this year. He hasn't been as clinical with the penalties. But then they end up showing us that Marmoush takes the ball instead. I was like, okay, maybe this is something Pep's doing to get in their heads. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know. Yeah, Marmoush goes for the penalty. Absolutely just not. It wasn't the greatest attempt, and it was just a better save by Henderson. And at that point, if you're a City fan, you have to be wondering, is putting Haaland in that position, was that maybe the better idea? Was Pep overthinking, did someone overstep? We don't know. I don't know the details. I don't know who made that decision. But at the same time, looking back, Haaland probably should have taken that pen. So I wanted to give Henderson some credit there, though, because, again, he played so well. Again, making the save there. He made some huge saves down the stretch. I know I wrote down in my notes, I think it was around the 81st minute. I don't remember who took the shot, but he had a huge save there. He just was all over the place, and he really was keeping Palace in this game because, again, the way Palace was playing, once they went up 1-0, like most teams do, especially teams that are worse than their counterparts that they're facing, you're going to sit back a lot. The ball was constantly in, near Palace's goal, but City again just couldn't score. They weren't clinical enough. It really, not to again take a couple drags at my team, but it really reminded me of watching Arsenal play. It was just cross, try to get it to someone in the box. Someone either messes up their run or just doesn't have a clinical finish. I just don't know. It just wasn't there. I thought that Haaland didn't play very well either, in my opinion. He had some chances, but nothing really too scary. And this is crazy now. Going into the game on Saturday and now after the game, he is still yet to score in a game at Wembley. I don't know if Wembley just gets to Haaland's head, but he just does not perform well there. So I thought City's attack was really, really just lackluster. You really didn't see much, again, from Haaland. I didn't see much from Marmoush. I thought Doku looked okay. Savinho didn't do much for me. It wasn't very inspiring, and even then, it just didn't do much. I just didn't see much from the team. And again, that's where it all comes back to Henderson. I just thought that the amount of chances that City even had, even if they weren't clinical, he still stepped up and made all those saves, knowing that it was really only a 1-0 game. So if he made even one mistake, we were probably going to extra time. So I just had to give him a ton of credit because he really locked in the biggest moment of his club career, at least. I wanted to give Munoz some credit as well for Palace. I thought he was all over the pitch, just making runs. He even thought he scored, but of course, Sarr was offsides. Unfortunate because that was a nice goal in itself, but I mean, Sarr was clearly offside, so you really can't get mad about it. But he was just all over the place. I feel like I just saw him all over the pitch. I loved his energy, and again, I've seen this with Palace this year, but I'm not going to act like I watched a ton of their games, but I've watched Palace. They have the works of being a solid team. I'm not saying they're an elite team or anything like that, but they're a team that can give you some problems like they did today with City. I mean, I really liked their midfield from what I saw today. I thought their fullbacks and center backs were fantastic. They were just all over the place. And again, even that attacking front, not that it was fantastic today, but you still have guys that can make runs. Again, Eze is just going to obviously set everything up, but there's other guys there, and I just really liked how they played today. And I know I was saying this earlier, but just the overall cohesive, almost just feeling of like these guys all look locked in. They all looked like they knew what they had to do today, and it was just sit back, defend, get that early goal, and make City just really have to dig deeper than them, and they couldn't do it. So again, that's really my main takeaway from this game is just that Palace looked like they just wanted it more. I don't know if it's because City has had such a weird year. I thought that City would have been maybe a little bit more motivated going into this game because, hey, we had a bad season. We're not making Champions League. We're not top 5 Premier League. But we can still win the FA Cup. We can still tell England, hey, we still run this country in another way. We're still getting trophies. Even on our worst year, we're still winning a trophy. But they didn't. And again, I just thought Palace wanted it more. They were more hungry. The fans were more hungry. The entire collection of energy from the Crystal Palace club and fan base just wanted it more on Saturday. And the last guy I want to give credit to is Oliver Glasner. He, again, didn't start very well this season with Palace. Palace were struggling at the beginning of the season, which was a little shocking to me because I liked some of the moves that they made, and they finished last year so well. I don't think people really remember. Palace was hot finishing last year's campaign for the Premier League. They really, really were. And to see them struggle in the beginning, I was a little concerned. But somewhere around the middle of the season, last couple months, they've kind of really started to pick it up, and they've done their thing. And again, I have to give the manager credit. He got them ready to go. It's never easy to play against Pep. The guy is a tactical genius. He has better players than you. He has more money invested in you. He has more experience than you. He is more experienced in bigger games than you. There's just not a lot that is really going in your favor. But this guy, he had the right game plan. His guys stepped up big. They put their players in the right position. And I loved his interview where he said, hey, this is all about the fans. This is all about the club finally getting this moment. We'll enjoy it and everything. But he was really just happy for the fans. And that's what you want out of your manager. You want your manager to be able to, even just in the most basic ways, be able to read the room. Does he connect with the fan base? Does he understand what the fan base wants? When managers kind of get on that tone deaf, like a great example would be Ainge. I think Ainge, though he can get a bad rap sometimes, in my opinion, from Spurs fans, also at times I feel like he is a little combative with them, and I just think he has to understand, when you're the Spurs manager, you're supposed to be a top 6 club, you're going to get that scrutiny, and it's rightfully so at times. So I just feel like having a manager that actually understands what the fan base is feeling, what their expectations are, just understanding the moment. I think that really can be a very small thing, but I think it can add up in the grand scheme of things of just connecting with the club, connecting with the players. So I wanted to give him a ton of credit as well, and congrats on him again for beating City. But yeah, that's all I got for this one. Again, just wanted to give Palace their dues, man. They really deserved it. Fantastic club. Again, I'm curious to see, do some of these guys get sold in the summer? I don't know. But regardless, Palace fans, you have this forever. You have this forever. It's not leaving you. You will always have that Saturday. You will always have that moment. Just beautiful stuff. Enjoy it. Soak it in. And yeah, just be glad that you were able to see your team win a trophy in the FA Cup. And out of all teams, they beat Manchester City. Crystal Palace saved football on Saturday. And that's all I got for you guys. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like. If you have any thoughts down below, drop them in the comments. And if you like my type of content, feel free to subscribe. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace, guys.